Hallo Freunde und willkommen. It has been one hot minute since I posted a video and I apologize for that. Well, no I don't. I was enjoying myself with my family, visiting my wife's family in Germany for the past 2 weeks. We had an amazing time. I miss Germany so much. I did not want to get on that plane back. And my wife and I took a little 3-day trip to Switzerland, went to Grindelwald, and that has got to be some of the most spectacular, impressive landscape I have ever seen. The Swiss Alps are just, you can't even put into words how beautiful it is there. But that is all for another video. I am putting together all of my photos and video, trying to sort and organize all of that because I did take quite a bit while we were over there. I think my next video on the trip will be a few tips that you might like to know while you travel in Europe or in Germany. But that'll be the next one. In this video is going to be just a reaction video, and with everything that's been going on in the United States, it's been pretty depressing. And another reason why I didn't want to come back. But if you don't know what I'm talking about, just Google the news. I'm sure most of you know what just happened here in the United States dealing with the Supreme Court's decision. Now, I did find a video here that I've been subscribed to her for quite a while. She's an American who lives in Germany currently, and in this video she talks about how she feels like she has more freedom being a U.S. citizen in Germany than being a U.S. citizen in the United States. So I know where she's probably going with this just based on current events, but I'd like to get her perspective and to see what she has to say about all of this. But before we get into the video, I'd like to thank today's sponsor, and that is Gothic Jewelry. So Gothic Jewelry is an online retailer of fashionable and affordable jewelry, two things that you don't always get together. It was started by a few rockers and bikers because they had a hard time finding high-end jewelry that was also affordable. They would have to sometimes save their money for weeks or months before they could buy a single piece of jewelry, so they started Gothic. Gothic jewelry is handmade by talented artisans from high-quality stainless steel, which makes it both affordable and of high quality. They offer a wide variety of products for both men and women, and that includes rings, bracelets, pendants, earrings, and many others. Now, I love the Viking style rings, and I actually wore them just about every day while on vacation in Germany and Switzerland. I like the way they feel on my fingers. They have a little bit of weight to them, so they don't feel cheap. But if the Viking style isn't for you, they also offer many other styles that were catered to just about anyone's taste. And that includes religious themes, skulls, Gothic, minimalism, and many other unique styles. It even comes in a pretty nifty little ring box. I just got 4 rings. But you can visit Gothic Jewelry online at www.gothic.com. Now that's GTHIC.com, so just leave out the O. And even though the prices are already very reasonable, you can get 20% off by using the code NATE20. That's NATE20. That gives you 20% off your entire order. So head on over to Gothic.com to see if they have a style for you. And I want to thank them again for sponsoring this video. Now, let's get into today's video.
Hi everyone, what is up? My name is Haley. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you did not know, now you do. Hey you guys, what's up? So, housekeeping you guys, if you don't want to watch this part of the video, you can look at the chapters down below and you can skip to the actual intro, but I gotta say a few things since this is a very controversial and triggering topic. Y'all, I know I said I'd stray away from these videos, but it's like every day that I wake up, the United States is offering an uppercut for me. And it's like, we take 3 steps forward, then we take 3,000 steps backwards. And I'm like, what the heck is happening? I would just like one day to not be completely flabbergasted by what is happening. And the thing is, I know amazing things are happening in the United States right now, but they are overshadowed by the horrible atrocities that are taking place in our country currently. And so yeah, this video is a rant. It's not going to be organized. It's going to be all over the place. It's not going to be chronological. It's just going to be a discussion I'm having with my camera, beziehungsweise you guys. And so yeah, I also want to say thank you to everyone that has left a comment, liked a video, subscribed to my channel the past couple of weeks. It means a lot to me. It's overwhelming, but I'm navigating through it. I also want to give another huge thank you to everyone that has left a super thanks. I know I've been saying this recently, but the past videos that I've been uploading, you guys, are not ad friendly. They're not collaboration sponsorship friendly. They're not user friendly. And so super thanks are really helping with the deficit. Not saying that you guys need to leave me a super thanks. I'm just really saying thank you to the people that have done it in my previous uploads. So yeah, with all that being said, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. And don't forget to, did I say subscribe? Comment, as long as you're not crazy. So as some of you guys might have already heard, the United States has taken away the constitutional protection for women to have an abortion, and they have given the responsibility.
This is a very hot topic, and I really don't care what your beliefs are in this subject. It comes down to not allowing women to make the choice for themselves. So I don't care about your religious beliefs. I don't care about what you believe or when you believe life starts. I don't care about any of that. This just basically boils down to women not having the choice with their own bodies. That's it.
And the power to the United States to decide whether or not they want to restrict or ban abortions. It was shocking on one hand, but on the other hand, it wasn't, because information was leaked and we sort of knew that this was going to happen. We just didn't know when. So I knew I was getting stabbed in the back, but I think what really dug the knife in and added insult to injury were 2 things that happened around the same time, one in Germany and one in the United States. In the United States, the day prior to this wonderful ruling coming out was that states could not decide whether or not people could carry a firearm, or who could carry a firearm, or where you could carry a firearm. They decided that states couldn't do that. And I was just thinking to myself, how is it that an inanimate metal object has more rights than I do as a citizen in the United States? Mind-boggling. And then the other thing that happened was that in Germany, which is so ironic and sort of hilarious, but not funny, it's a joke, but it's not a joke, got rid of the ban on advertising for abortions. Not advertising in the sense that you're going to see a commercial about getting an abortion in Germany, but that doctors and physicians could put on their website that they offered the service. They could include a comprehensive explanation or educational explanation about the procedure, and they basically got rid of that restriction that this is allowed to happen in Germany. So Germany is progressing in this manner, and the United States is not progressing. And so the main underlying point for this video is that I have more rights, aside from, the whole gun thing. I have more rights as an immigrant, as a foreigner in Germany, than I do as an American citizen in my country, which makes it sound that I am living in a third world, underdeveloped country. This is something you hear the United States talk about Russia, North Korea, a lot of places in the Middle East. This is literally, they talk about how people come to the United States to escape the shackles of dictatorship and communism and socialism. They come here because we have the freedoms. And it's like, this is also why people leave certain countries that they live in to go to other countries, to escape the bans, the restrictions, and the laws that are placed on certain groups of people. We are literally a walking hypocrisy. Why are we not more upset about this? And the thing is, a lot of people are upset, but the problem is that it's most likely not going to change anything. And that
She is absolutely 100% correct. There's this running joke whatever, that the United States is the richest third world country. And people want to scream and yell and from the rooftops that we have the most freedom out of anybody in the world. That's just plain stupid. I mean, it's straight up false. Just factually false. We do not have the most freedom. And we're slowly getting what freedoms we do have taken away from us. When she said that guns have more rights than people do, she's absolutely right. Our government is more concerned with letting people carry firearms and wanting to turn schools into military installations with armed teachers, armed guards, only one door in and out, which, by the way, is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. They're more concerned with that than they are with allowing a woman to decide whether or not she needs to take a pregnancy to term. That is not anybody else's business but the woman. It's not even her boyfriend's business, her husband's business, her wife's business. It is her business. Now, it just makes me sick to my stomach to think that our government doesn't care for the health of its citizens and its women more specifically.
That's the sad thing. Our political system, I've made videos about this on my channel, you guys, is a crock of crap. It's outdated. It needs to be revamped, refurbished, renewed. I don't know what other needs to be in there. It needs to have a rebirth because it's not working. It cannot be that 9 people at the top make the decisions that dictate the lives of millions of people. And these decisions, they're not small things like, oh yeah, you need to pay a 0.1% increase in taxes, or oh my gosh, you're not allowed to use this hate speech, you're not allowed to do that. No, it's medical necessities. Why have we slipped so far in the United States? How did we slip so far? We are digging ourselves. That's the thing, is that we blame so many other people and so many other countries, for our failure, for what we're doing wrong. But we are literally failing ourselves. We are digging ourselves into the ground. We're wasting resources, energy, money, time, everything on making our country worse. The problem, or the biggest, thing for me, is that the United States has the ability, the power, the money, everything available to make and do amazing things. And we have, and we will, but we also are doing some of the shittiest things in the world. We're supposed to be a beacon of doing the right thing, doing amazing things, of having freedoms, of having all of this stuff. And we are eliminating that consistently, with the coming years, or over the coming years. It's supposed to get better. As a society, we're supposed to improve, but we are literally going back in time, taking apart things that were really good for our society and trying to start from ground zero to build ourselves into, I guess, a police state, or the wild, wild west again, where everyone can carry guns, women have to stay home and have babies. I don't know, the man's in charge. It is what it is. And then also, and this is something that I will consistently reiterate and sound like a broken record on my channel when talking about this, is that, let's say Germany banned abortions. They said, you know what? Can't do them anymore. Okay, sucks, really shitty, but at least the bare minimum is that Germany offers safety nets for people. Hey, you have affordable health care, you have affordable health insurance, you have low infant mortality rates compared to the United States, you have low childbirth rates compared to the United States, you fund education, you believe in teaching history, you don't have formula shortages, you don't have diaper shortages, you don't have an overwhelmed, underfunded adoption system like in the United States. We offer paid maternity leave, paid family leave, we offer parents money, all of these things we offer to make at least having a child not so burdensome. In the United States, Since we're so against these things, we're in an individualistic nation, nobody has access to that. Some people do, but it's a very tiny percentage of people. And so we're forcing people to have children in a system that does not give a rat's ass about them. And
Another point that's 100% correct. The people who want to ban abortion or think that it's a good thing, that's all they're worried about. All they see is, we need to ban abortion, but you're on your own having the kid. And you have to pay tens of thousands of dollars to even have the kid. And then we don't care if you're too poor to raise the kid. We don't care if that kid gets put into a foster care system that is absolutely broken. They don't care. They are not pro-life. They are pro-giving birth. If they were pro-life, it would be free to have a kid. You would have maternity leave, paternity leave. You would have monetization of having kids. You would get help from the government to raise your child. None of that happens in the United States. So they are not pro-life. They don't give two shits about this kid after it's born. They don't. I mean, it's obvious. You can see it everywhere. They do not care. They just want the control and the power to say, you have to have a kid. Don't get pregnant then. And you know what's coming next is contraception and same-sex marriage. That's what they're going to go after next.
And it also boggles my mind that in the United States we talk about protecting children and abortion being the only way, yet we're having school shootings and nothing's happening about these school shootings. Like, it's seriously, oh, we're going to implement this new rule, that new rule, but we're not going to ban or restrict anything, you guys. That's just, no, that's not allowed.
Unconstitutional.
But abortions are going to protect children. What about the kids that are already born, that are at school getting shot, their bodies getting demolished by guns? An abortion's not protecting them. What about the children that are in the adoption system that, I don't know, they'll end up homeless? What about the children that are in the adoption system that'll end up in poverty? What about the children that are already living in poverty and don't have access to good education, quality education? What about those children? Abortion's not helping them. What are we doing right now to protect children in the United States? We're doing nothing. I'm sorry, we're doing a
Absolutely
piss-poor
nothing.
job at taking care of children in the United States. And when I hear people talk about, oh, well, that's the only way to protect children, that's not true. That's not true. I live in Germany. I witness it firsthand that is not true. Heck, even with the sugar industry and the fast food industry in Germany, it's not as bad as the United States to promote child obesity, to promote child diabetes. That's not protecting children, yet we're still allowing that in the United States. And I'm like, out of all the things to protect children, we choose abortion. And if you were a critical thinker, if you had context clues, any of that, you would realize that it's not about protecting children, that children, families, women more specifically, no one cares about. They are promoting and trying to push a capitalism machine. And the thing is, capitalism isn't always bad, you guys. You need capitalism sprinkled in for an economy and society to generally work. But if that is all you are doing, then it is going to be a failure. You have nothing to offer. You have people with piss poor morals, piss poor ethics. You have a government that's corrupt like no tomorrow, and creating this divide of people in a country that literally has united in the name. And also, our government system in the United States frustrates me to no end. This is also another thing of pushing the capitalism machine. People in power in the United States literally have tens and hundreds of millions of dollars sent out emails. The Democrats sent out emails asking for donations in a time of inflation and a time of economic uncertainty in the United States, asking for money while they are literally sitting in multi-million-dollar homes asking for money to fight the good fight. And I'm like, what have y'all been doing with the money before? This has been something that has been consistently, continuously talked about. And now all of a sudden it's like, I can't believe that the Republicans did this. Why? Why can't you believe this? They've been talking about it for years. For as long as I can remember, they've been talking about this for years. What do you mean? And then have the audacity to ask poor people in the United States for money to fund their campaigns that are doing nothing to help the situation. If this happened in Germany, you guys, the government officials would be kicked out. They wouldn't be celebrated. They wouldn't be voted into office again. They would literally be shamed by the country. And the thing is, I sometimes feel like we are stuck between a rock and a hard place with our political system. It's like either the good cops or the bad cops. But the problem is that both of them are wolves in sheep's clothing. They don't want the best for us. And for me, the abortion decision was shocking. It was scary. It's sad. It's disheartening. It's all of these negative descriptions. But what's the scariest thing for me is the aftermath of this, of what path the United States is going to take. There are only like two ways that we can move from this. We can either improve or we can not improve. And if we don't improve, we're headed back into our history. And since we don't allow a comprehensive history lesson in the United States at school, I can only imagine how dark, how nasty, how more divided the United States will be. For me, the United States is like a parent-child relationship. I remember growing up, and when I was younger, I used to think my mom was invincible. She was Superwoman. She still is Superwoman, but I used to think that she could never make mistakes. And the thing is, when she used to make mistakes and I started realizing that, she wasn't invincible, I was like, oh my gosh, what is happening? The thing is though, my mom, she made changes, proactively pushed herself to be better and to get herself out of mistakes and bad decisions. And the thing is, the United States isn't a parent that's proactive and changing and, acknowledging their mistakes, apologizing for their mistakes and trying to do better. No, they are a toxic parent that sits there and drags you along with them and pulls you through the mud, trying to gain as much as they possibly can from you and leaving you in the dust when they're through with you.
And also, while they're doing all this, they're telling you that they have your best interests in mind. They are just flat out lying to everybody while they're dragging everybody through the mud. The United States government is garbage. I love the United States as a country, as a geographical mass. But the United States as a government is pathetic. It's disgusting. It's disgraceful. It's embarrassing. It's one of the, it boggles my mind to think that there's people who actually are cheering for all of this, that are happy that all of this is going on, and it's not going to change. See, she said that earlier on, that it is not going to change. It's not. We do not have the people in the right places. And even if we got the right people up into the place, what's to say that they aren't going to become corrupt themselves? Now, maybe not all of them will, but you get a little taste of power. You get a little taste of money, and it's like a drug. You have to have a little bit more, because what you have doesn't satisfy you anymore. So you need a little bit more to get that high, and then a little bit more. And before you know it, you're just like the people that you vowed to get rid of. I really wish I could have just stayed in Germany. I do.
The United States will chew you up and spit you out so easily. Another day, another tragedy in the United States. And so yeah, maybe there'll be some good news happening sooner or later, you guys, because I think, this is sort of getting to the point where it's too much, where the government is stepping, too far over the boundary of what is acceptable. I'm hoping, keeping my fingers crossed, could be optimistic, too optimistic. But yeah, love you guys. Have a wonderful day, and bye.
Okay, so sorry for the rough video, the rough topic, but I really think this stuff needs to get out there. There needs to be more people talking about this in a sense of this is not right. We cannot let this continue. We have to be able to do something. And I don't know what that is. I really don't have any answers. I mean, protesting, will show the government that there's people out there that disagree with them, but the government doesn't care. They don't give a rat's ass about people protesting. They're enjoying that because then they get their people out there counter protesting, and it's that divisiveness again. They're dividing the nation up to conquer it piece by piece. And like I said, don't think that the abortion topic is the end of the story. It is absolutely not. People want to cry and moan about, well, abortion is not protected by the Constitution. You know what? Neither is same-sex marriage. Neither is interracial marriage. Yet those are protected, right? So this goes beyond any religious beliefs. This goes beyond, I don't care who you are. I don't care what God you believe in. I don't care about any of that. It does not matter. The Supreme Court should not be making decisions based on their faith. And that's exactly what they're doing. The majority of them are devout Catholic. They will always put their faith in front of everything. It's just going to happen. And the separation of church and state, that is in there. Yet we're turning our head, we're ignoring that fact. They want to ban abortion completely. So incest, they don't care. Rape, they don't care. The woman is going to die, they don't care. The baby's going to be born without vital organs, they don't care. They want you to carry to term. They want to put you through that pain, that torture, because they do not care. And so it makes me sick, and I am actively looking for work in Germany because I am not staying here. I am leaving. This country has gone to hell, and I'm not going to stay on the ship while it sinks. So I know this was a pretty downer video, being the first one back from vacation, but I promise the next video is going to be a lot more uplifting. It'll be a lot more fun. I will show you footage and pictures from our trip in Germany. I can't wait. I've been reliving my vacation, going through these pictures and everything. So I appreciate you watching this video. I appreciate you hanging with me while I've been on vacation. I appreciate you just because I appreciate you. Everybody, I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope your day goes by without any major trauma, and all we can do is take one step forward and try and make it a better place. So until next time, I will catch you later. Bye.